Ladies and gentlemen, I am your captain, guide, and friend, Dalton Rutlinger. Welcome back to Sail the Seas. This is going to be the final episode for this week, before I switch back over to Sailwind, because I looked at the poll I have on my community page on my channel, and you guys pretty much overwhelmingly voted for me to focus on the sailing content, which is more than fine. It is what's growing the channel after all. It's what's making the channel stand out among others. So next week, I will be going back to Sailwind, and we'll just kind of switch back and forth between these two games for the foreseeable future, more than most likely, until I find another game to add onto the channel. So to kind of diversify the channel for the time being, however, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably just kind of breeze through Oblivion just to finish that playthrough, just to say that I can that I officially finished the game. I was originally I was gonna look into doing like all the side quests and maybe all the dungeons, but I don't know if I really have the patience for that game anymore, because I can't use OBS to record it. I have to use D3D gear, and for whatever reason, Oblivion just loves to crash whenever I'm trying to record it. So yeah, that might be a series that just doesn't get finished just out of sheer frustration. However, I will stick with the plan of playing Skyblivion whenever it does release, and possibly the Oblivion remake that Bethesda is supposedly working on, but that would pretty much be my last chance given to Bethesda to get over their shenanigans. Um, Phone's going off. But yeah, I think also on the weekends I might also upgrade. I might also upload some Minecraft because I've been playing Minecraft a lot here lately, and it's very relaxing, and it would just kind of help diversify the content just a little bit. The channel will primarily focus on sailing for the most part, but on the weekends I might upload maybe alternating weeks of Oblivion and Minecraft. There's one game that I saw some time ago. I think it was called Ahoy or something. And it was basically Star Citizen, but like set back in the 18th century. So that would be interesting. Star Citizen is maybe another game I might kind of dive back into a little bit. As much as I like sailing, the channel is really meant to focus more on just ships in general, not just, you know, um, just specifically sailing ships. So the channel itself is primarily meant more for like just transportation of goods in a way. Those for people who like logistical kind of games, shipping cargo and shipping people and all that kind of stuff. But for right now, I'm more than happy to just stick with Sail the Seas and Sailwind. A lot of people are bashing Sailwind here lately. I don't really approve that kind of hostility on my videos, but I guess haters are gonna hate. If it wasn't for Sailwind, we might not have this game. I don't know. Let's see here. We seem to be taking on water, like, aggressively here for some reason. Alright, let's bring in the mainsail. I'm going to be a bit more active in the ship management for the time being, I think. And for anybody who's curious, or anybody who didn't watch the previous video, we are heading to Riga with a full cargo load of fish, I believe. It doesn't really... Oh, wait, no, here we go. No, actually, it's beer. My bad. We're taking beer. where is beer on the... Beer. Yeah, because beer sells really good at Riga. And then from Riga, we'll probably pick up some furs and then just kind of go back into the loop that we went into. Actually, where is... Aha. My bad. I left you guys just kind of looking at a menu there for a few minutes. My bad. Was not my intention to do that. I'm gonna bring you in a bit more. It's kind of hard to tell which way the wind is, like, legitimately blowing. Might actually move you out just a little bit more. That should maybe work just fine. Okay, you, my good sir, can move the sails in a bit more. Alright. I'm going to sleep through the night, and I'll see you guys here in a moment. Alright, the sun's coming up. To a lovely morning. Very, very nice. If the wind's blowing gently enough, we can kind of move this in a bit more. Alright, so where the devil are we? We departed from Lebec, so 1381. Right, so we're here. Right, we are literally just right here. Okay. Whoops. You know what? I need to just kind of focus on drawing these lines. That way I don't get confused on what port I'm trying to sail to. So the idea that I had last time with the first mate, I did bring that up on Discord the other day, and it wasn't too popular on Discord. I kind of thought I was onto something, but a lot of people said that it would just kind of take away from the gameplay. Which is fine, I get it, but at the same time, I just kind of feel like it would be... It could be something that could just be added to the game for people who would rather just, you know, just kind of manage a fleet or something. Because this game has, like, just untapped potential. There's no other game out there that's really like this. Even Sailwind doesn't have this game's potential. Like, I know for a fact the developer watches my videos, and I thank you for that, like, tremendously, because for all the years that I've covered Sailwind, I don't think I've ever gotten a single message from Raw Lion, the developer of Sailwind. And I know he doesn't have to reach out to me. It'd be just kind of a polite gesture, you know, like, hey, you know, thank you for making so many videos of my game. Thank you for trying to cover it for me. But it's whatever, ultimately. I'm just going to leave that out a bit more. But this game, it just has so much potential. I wonder how much potential the developer even realizes that he's actually sitting on here. This could become an actual gold mine of a game for him. Um, Especially like as more ports come out, you know, one thing I'd kind of like to see is a port over here on Iceland, so we'd have a reason to sail further out west, aside from just going out as far west as Lisbon. I was gonna say Dublin, but Lisbon is a bit further out. Um, and I mean, yeah, you know, imagine if you could actually like start your own company. And I like how you can actually hire crew members and keep the money making like actually relevant. You know, because that's another issue Sailwind suffers from. Like once you become so rich, the game just kind of becomes boring to me. There's no reason to continue making money. Like your character would realistically just settle down on an island somewhere and live a happy life without having to ever work again. Um, I know that would sound kind of boring for an islander, but or a seafarer, but at the same time, like the ocean is no place to joke around in. Like the ocean is full of dangers. But I just think that would be so cool to be able to actually kind of. You could start up like a whole business side of the game. You'd have the opportunity to play as you do now, where you're just the captain with a single ship, and you can hire a few crewmates to help you out. You start off with a humble beginning like that, but then you could set up your home base and say London, and you could kind of start building offices all over the world or uh, businesses all over the world to continue making a profit. And as your business grows, so too does your fleet. You start off with like a smaller fleet of small ships, and then you can eventually like start building the bigger ships that the small ships could sail from all the local ports. You could have a ship that sails just all around the UK, for example. You could have a ship that kind of goes along in this trade circle that I've got going on here. You could have, a couple ships that sail around the Mediterranean. Then you could have, like, the bigger ships that travel across, like, the actual oceans. Have a ship that travels from, London all the way down to Australia or something. The United States, Canada. Why not sail up here into the Hudson Bay, for example? I tell you what would also be really fun would be having like just some random outposts out here. This area, realistically, this area would be extremely dangerous though, which would be perfectly fine. Like, give us some challenges. Give us some icebergs to avoid, and maybe there could be like a mechanic whenever you get up here where your ship could get frozen in the ice and you'd actually have to like go and mine it out. There's just so much potential that this game has. And it's it's just amazing to be able to be one of the first ones to actually cover this. So yeah, I hope this game just continues to develop for years and years to come. Maybe the developer can even hire his own team. Maybe you could set up a Steam workshop and allow the modding community to help you out a little bit as well. The Steam workshop is something that gets overlooked so easily, I find, in a lot of games. But there are a lot of games that have just remained completely relevant because of mods over the years. Look at Skyrim. Skyrim's like one of the most popular games of all time. And in vanilla form, it wasn't really that great, at least in my opinion. I remember getting it like back in 11.11.11. whenever it first released, and even then, I kind of felt like the graphics were pretty dated. And I know graphics don't make the game, but I remember making the comparison to Oblivion back in the day because I played Oblivion, you know, like it was almost a religion back then. And going from Oblivion to Skyrim was just... There were a lot of things I did not approve of, and Skyrim just didn't have a very good fantasy feel to it like Oblivion did. And I apologize if I'm sniffing a lot in this video. We threw away a lot of leaf bags today on the route. And my allergies are... they're not happy with me at the moment. I'm trying to keep it to a minimum, and I think this microphone does a somewhat decent job not picking it up some of the time, but it doesn't always cancel it out. I've gotten to a habit now whenever I can actually, like, try and turn away from the microphone before I sniff, but... Hello, I'm getting a YouTube notification. Turn that off before I get, like, copyright for someone else's video. Hang on a second. I'm reading this comment, and it's telling me some information. On the crew orders page on the left side, there is an outline of the ship, top-down view. They're basically asking if this diagram is used for anything. It could potentially be used for, you know, showing damage in the future. But I think it's mostly just kind of, like, help you out with the sails for the most part. It kind of shows you where all the sails are. Like, the stay jib is, you know, right here. It's the main jib sail right here. So these sliders are pretty much in perfect place for where everything is. Because you'd have the top sail, which is pretty much just smack bang in the middle of the ship. It's up there. Then you'd have the main sail that's a bit further back here. So I think the lines are just placed... I think the diagram is just placed to kind of help you out with the lines, if you don't know what anything is. But yeah, in the future, like in the event that, you know, hull damage ever becomes a thing, aside from just, you know, the paint fading away or anything like that, you know, maybe there could be like some highlights on the ship diagram here that show you where the damage actually is. And maybe you could even like spin it around or something to kind of show you the underbelly of the ship. Yeah, it's just an idea. But it is currently August 9th. I like how there's an actual date. It's not just a day like in Sailwind. But you know, this game has really, really grown on me. This might actually dethrone Sailwind as the go-to sailing game. It literally has a chance. I mean, graphically, it's not super impressive to look at. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong, like it's not bad. Like there are far worse games out there than this, but like the water itself could be a bit prettier. I know water is not easy at all to really work with. It's kind of a royal pain in the butt. But I mean, for what we have right now, it's not bad. It is not bad at all. I like the fact that our ship actually like interacts with the waves and whatnot. But I would love to see like just huge, ginormous waves whenever you get into a storm. We kind of have it now, but not quite to the same scale as, say, Sailwind or maybe even Following Seas, which Following Seas, I will cover that game whenever it officially releases. Right now, it's just in demo, in its demo stage, so there's really not a lot to cover, and I already have a video on it that kind of shows everything about the game. But there's a lot of things about Following Seas that I like. There's a lot of things about Sailwind that I like, and there's plenty of things about this game that I like. So far, all of the big sailing games have kind of... They've really been successes, in my opinion. Alright, where are we now? We're not moving super fast, but the wind isn't exactly hugely favorable to us right now. 1403. So then 54. So we're about here. Okay. Now let's speed up time a little bit. Even with the time sped up, it kind of feels like we're still going pretty slow. I do think maybe the time could be increased to maybe 20 times speed, or at least 15. I think 10 times is a little too slow, personally, but I'll leave that up to the developer to decide. Um, I think it should be 20 at the very max. Nothing beyond that. 30 times speed at whenever you're sleeping is perfectly fine. Um, and I would absolutely love to see a character model for ourselves. That'd be another like really cool thing to have too, would just be character creation, even if it's just simplified in the very beginning. You know? Like maybe you just have like one or just a handful of different options to pick from, different hairstyles, maybe a couple of different clothing styles. You can pick your gender, etc., etc. But I really hope Raw Lion is watching this, keeping an eye on this game and thinking, "Oh man, maybe I kind of need to step my game up a little bit here." And that's not to diss him or anything like that. I want Sailwind to really succeed. I do. I want Sailwind to uh, knock it out of the park, so to say. But I hope now that there's more sailing games coming out, he kind of takes the development of Sailwind maybe a bit more seriously. Maybe kind of start pushing out a lot more updates, and maybe kind of throwing in some other things that we don't really have in Sailwind that we have in this game, like crew management, for example. Why does my crew keep just deciding they don't want to be participating randomly? It's kind of annoying. Alright, what's going to be even more annoying, however, would be if we ran aground. Um, don't have the right wind angle to really use the top sail. Kind of unfortunate, because I really like being able to use that thing, but it is what it is. I really like this gold outline that we've got. I think I made a good choice there with the gold and the black. That's oh yeah, I approve of that. But to be fair, like black goes with pretty much anything. It's very hard to find a color that black just doesn't really go with. Yeah, I like this. We've got, the dark red underbelly. We've got the gold outlining. Then we've got the gold railing. We got the black body. Oh, yeah. I kind of wish there was a way to change the interior color, like, the color of this wood right here. That would be very welcome. Maybe even change the color of the deck. All right. Let's go back to sleep. I'm actually going to tell our helmsman to turn further back east, actually. There we go. Another game I kind of looked into playing again was Empire at War, Star Wars Empire at War. And maybe we could do like a Awakening of the Clone Wars playthrough. Alright, so where are we? We're over here now. Good lord. Okay, so we're here in terms of longitude. Yeah, we need to turn, like, basically directly north. Guys, start turning straight north, if you don't mind. Actually, go this way, though. There we go. I might actually now be able to use the topsail. Okay. There we go. And then we can have you loosen up the stay sails a little bit. I think we should be able to lower down the topsail now. There we go. Now we've got all sails catching some wind, which means we can finally pick up some serious speed. Alrighty. I'm gonna get a bit more water. We're not gonna clear that. Turn directly north, if you please, Mr. Helmsman. There we go. Don't do that. Please don't do that. I would really appreciate if you did not do that. Go. Let's pump that. Alright, where are we? We are at 5686. Alright, so we're basically around in here. We just need to go a bit further north, and then we can cut directly to the east again. In fact, I'm going to start turning more to the northeast. We're already up to 30 minutes? Good lord. Where does the time go, guys? I don't understand. Where the heck does the time go? I feel like I just started recording. Oh, by the way, I actually now have a membership or a subscription for my channel. Um, it's only like $5 a month. But if you want to support the channel even further, you have an option to. And I also want to emphasize that if you're seeing ads that are like constantly back to back to back, I am not placing those. That is YouTube. I place my ads every 30 minutes. I don't like bombarding people with just constant ads like some other channels like to do. But if you're only seeing an ad like every 30 minutes or so, those are the ads that I have placed myself. Those are ads that I have placed manually. I place an ad at the very beginning of the video, then 30 minutes later, then another 30 minutes, then kind of towards the end of the video, then at the very end of the video. So if you're seeing more ads than that, then yeah, that is strictly YouTube. I actually need to pay attention whenever I am trying to pump something. So if you can actually see it like flowing out of the ship, that would be a very nice detail, I'm not gonna lie. I should hopefully have enough rest to get us to where we want to be going, although I might sleep just a little bit more until we get around the mainland here. Yeah. Now, I can start turning more to the east, if you please. Tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and just have them raise up the topsail, because it's going to lose its usefulness here before too long. Okay. All right. So, I think we are... Yeah. If we were to follow the coastline, we would get to Riga, but I think I need to sail a bit further out to here and then kind of turn back towards Riga. Because that's, of course, the direction the wind is blowing from. Is from Riga. Although maybe not quite, but it's close enough, and I don't really want to have another video like last video where I'm constantly fighting against the wind. I'm suddenly reminded of the opening scene from Disney's Pocahontas. Like, every time that I pump this, I have that scene where they're actually on the ship in the storm, and those guys were actually, like, pumping the water out of the ship, saying faster, she's taking on more water, or something like that. I remember as a kid, I had no idea what the heck they were doing, but now as an adult, and now that I've played these games, I now understand what they were doing. Just trying to take a couple of screenshots, don't mind me. This is a very pretty game, though. Even though the graphics are somewhat simple, it's still just absolutely gorgeous. Like, just look at this. I wonder if I can spot Riga. Nah, I think we're still too far away. Darn. Alright. Let's speed up time again. Actually, that might be Riga just right down there. If I were to look directly south up from us on the map, that might actually be Riga. So here we are at 2270. Yeah. That's gotta be. I kind of feel like... I might go a bit closer to the shore. I'm not entirely sold on that being Riga. I'm having second thoughts now. That way is... Yeah, it is directly south. Pretty close to it. Oh, never mind. We're not as close as I thought we were. Okay. Well, in that case, I'll just continue sleeping. You know, just bring all of these in. The wind's really not blowing that aggressively, so just bring all of these in. Okay. So the wind is going to be blowing from the southeast. So if I were to just turn directly to the south, you can't really see anything from this distance, though. Right, I'm going to keep pressing that button. I'm going to try turning directly to the south. In fact, just to make sure that we make a good turn, I'm actually going to sail to the southwest a little bit. Okay, that should be fine. Okay. So let's turn more this way, or so. Give me some more water. Give me another half a ration of food. I'm actually almost out of food. Okay. Okay, turn back further to the east, please. Okay, you know what? Just keep turning then. Are you turning? No, I think we're just stuck. Okay. Now, turn us a bit more to the east, please, if you don't mind. Let's try and speed up time here a little bit. I'm pretty sure I want to actually be heading down that way. Okay. So, get me out of this view. Uh, 2373. Yeah. Okay. You know, just turn us southwest. So we definitely clear the wind. Okay. What? Where are you going? I said to the south, you lummox. Okay, there it is. There's Riga. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's have you just kind of loosen out the sails a little bit, then I'll loosen out this one. It's all about teamwork. For now, until we get another person, then I'm gonna force you guys just to do all the work. Like a good captain. Okay, yeah, let's just speed up time. Oh, this is gonna be... Oh no. Oh no. The wind is blowing directly from the town. Okay. Well. Just try and bring everything in then. Because we're going to need to be as close to the wind as we can possibly get. Yeah, we want to be heading... basically this way. Yeah. Okay, then we want to be heading to the east by northeast. That just to make sure that we make that turn. I'm going to turn us a bit further. Okay. So yeah, turn us a bit further, just basically straight north now. And let's go and lower down all the sails. Ah, that's annoying. Okay, while the ship is actually over here at the town, I think I'm going to check something out real quick. I just want to make sure if there's something you can actually do in the game. That is the exact same ship that I have, I believe. Mine just looks a lot cooler. There we go. Okay, the ship is finally moored up. Let's go sell our cargo first. And then I'm going to talk to this captain over here, this gentleman. And challenge him to a duel. Alright, you. We are transporting beer. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is... Okay, before I do anything... You there, my good sir. Is this the same ship? Yeah, looks like it. Oh. Ship for sale. So can someone confirm this for me? Is this like an actual thing you can do in the game? Is you can like buy these other ships, crew them, and then send them off to like just to make more money for you? Because if so, that's actually like just really freaking cool. Okay. Let's come back over here. And let's go... Probably buy some furs, honestly, and we might actually... You know what? We might actually just head back to Dublin, Ireland for that, because we can buy furs here for the cheapest price and then sell them at Dublin for the highest price. That might be the best course of action, though. What else can we get for pretty cheap here? We can get... Honestly, there's really nothing that's super cheap. Everything here is pretty expensive. So yeah, I think our best course of action would really be just to sail to Dublin, Ireland, and make almost a 300 profit for each fur that we buy. So if I were to come here and just buy all the furs... Wait. Hang on. You can also take something to Oslo, I guess. Honestly, that might be the better course of action, is just to take a couple of things to Oslo. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Is there anything else? There's also Edinburgh, but we don't have enough space. Okay. I'll buy 10 furs so we can continue going back to Dublin. And then from Dublin, we can buy Dublin. And buy iron and take it to Cadiz, maybe? I mean, honestly, that would give me a chance to start heading back down towards Spain, towards the Spanish Peninsula. So yeah, why not? So yeah, we need to head up to Oslo, which I have we actually been to Oslo? I know we sailed past it. We've sailed past it several times actually, but I don't know if we've actually been there. Then yeah, once we get done with Oslo, we can maybe pick up another mission, and then we can make our way going over to Dublin. But what? First off, what's at Oslo that's cheap? It's actually more iron, so I can't pick up iron. Fish is pretty cheap, but not as cheap as it is at Dublin. Oh wait, no, tobacco's really not worth it either. What about spices? Spices? It's no, it's really not worth doing. It's only like a 19 increase. Ba-dum. Yeah, so Oslo really not a huge exporting place. All the prices you'll get are kind of just meh at best. But then from Dublin, we could take basically more iron. Yeah. Beer is okay. What does Lisbon and Cadiz take? Lisbon is the biggest importer of grain. And we can buy grain for 168 at Dublin and sell it for 260. So meh. Once again, just meh. Um, beer, we can actually Lisbon buys beer for a decent price, and Dublin sells it for a decent price. Oh, but what about iron? Uh, Once again, just kind of meh at best, honestly. But then what about Cadiz? Actually, Cadiz is the biggest importer of iron. So that would work. We could buy iron from Dublin and then take it down to Cadiz. That'd be perfect actually. All right. So we have a game plan. Although did I buy the Yeah, I'll go ahead and buy these. Actually, you know what? Just buy the rest. I'll have plenty of money to buy, or to hire a few more crewmates too, so let's go ahead and do that. I think I saw the pub over here. There it is. Excuse me, barmaid. I'd like to hire some sailors, please. Hire 2 more. Yes. Alright. So I've got plenty of money to get me to Dublin. Most importantly to Oslo, though. Let's go and assign them. There they are, just standing there, waiting. I meant to jump in here. I totally meant to jump in here. I did not mean to jump in the ship at all. Okay. So. Let's put you on the first watch, and then you can be on the second watch. How's that sound? Sound good? Good. Glad you agree. But this is going to be where I call this episode, so thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and if you want to see more content like mine, consider subscribing to the channel, because I will have a lot more on the way. And until next time, guys, God bless, take care of yourselves. Your captain is signing out. Bye-bye.